Well, today's date is the 3rd November 2017. This is Zulfikar Usnain Chaudhry and I'm going to conduct your speaking test. In this first part of the test, I'm going to ask you some question about yourself. Can you first tell me your full official name?
My full official name is MD Shahadat Hussain, as you can see it in the passport.
And how may I call you?
Please call me Shahadat.
Okay, Mr. Shahadat. Can you tell me the meaning of your name?
Well, growing up, I've been told that the meaning of my name is to die honorably, so I believe it's a pretty nice name.
Do you think you are Shahadat?
Well, I believe one day if I do die, which I will, it will be an honorable death, so yes.
Okay, Shahadat. Where are you from?
I'm from Chittagong, Muradpur. It's the port city of Bangladesh.
Alright. Do you like the neighborhood?
Well, I believe yes, apart from the traffic jams, I do like my neighborhood.
How long have you been living over there?
Well, I just moved to the place 2 months ago. Due to a certain family problem, we have to shift from our previous location.
Where have you been before that?
Well, we've been to a neighborhood close to my previous neighborhood. We were in Mijapur before, and now we shifted to Murad.
Right. What changes you noticed over the last few months in that neighborhood?
Apart from the growing traffic jam, not that much because both of the neighborhoods are pretty close by.
Do you want to make any changes to your neighborhood?
Well, like I said before, the traffic jams and the noise are pretty distracting. So yes, if I could, I would definitely like to include less traffic jams and less noises.
What is the most interesting part of the neighborhood you live in?
Well, it's a pretty small neighborhood, and the community people and the members they all know each and everyone, and it's I don't know, it's a very friendly neighborhood. I can tell.
Okay. Let's talk about weather. What's the weather like in your home country?
Well, people of other countries know that Bangladesh is a seasonal or a country of 6 seasons. So every 2 or 3 months the season changes. So there are multiple weather conditions are available.
Do you like hot weather or cold weather?
Personally, I do prefer a bit of both cold weather because I don't like the humid environment of summer, and I don't like sweating that much.
Okay. How does wet weather make you feel?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
How does wet weather make you feel?
Well, during the monsoon seasons, most of the time it floods and it's very hard to commute to places or travel to some places. As a student, I have to travel to coachings every day, so it gets very difficult, and most of the public transports are refused or they don't get out on the road that much on those days, so it's very difficult. So I don't like wet weather.
What are the activities you like to do when it is raining outside?
Well, most of the time go to the rooftop, maybe chill out a bit, relax, and sometimes cook soup and have a good food with the family. That's what I like to do.
And what are the things you like to do when it is very hot outside?
Well, most of the time, if the weather's not too extreme, I like to play basketball, and apart from that, most of the time I try to stay in the home because I do have some allergies from the dust during the summer.
Do you think it's important to experience different types of weather?
Well, it's more of a personal question. So personally, I don't believe that it's necessary, but I do believe that people can get different experiences from different weather conditions in different places. So yes, I believe it's a good idea, but personally, I don't like experiencing extreme or different weathers.
Well, thank you very much. Now I'm going to give you a card. On the card you'll find a topic. You also find some guiding questions. Based on that, you have to prepare a talk for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute time to take notes. Your topic is to describe your dream job when you were a child. There is your topic. This one? This one, your dream job. You can take notes if you want. Would you like to start now?
Yes.
Carry on.
Well, growing up, I was really motivated to learn about bioengineering. When I was 7, my mom passed away from cancer, and due to lack of technology in our country, we couldn't diagnose her early enough to save her. So, growing up, it was my motivation to learn about bioengineering and developing machines and technologies to diagnose or help cancer people. The work really, I believe, that is conducted in this area is developing technologies to diagnose people who have or potentially might have cancers, and to help them get to a stage that they can be saved. And I believe it's an honorable job that if I have the opportunity to do, I would very much like to do.
Okay, and did you have any other choice of job before that?
Well, I always dreamed of being a sports person, and basketball being my first love of sports. I do always dream to be a basketball player.
Is there any second choice of job?
I didn't understand.
Is there any alternative job choice for you?
Well, I'm currently hoping to study mechanical engineering in college, so even if I don't get chance in bioengineering, I can help people who have a similar mindset to me to develop the technologies for them.
What would you do if you didn't have to work?
Well, if I didn't have to work, I would like to open up a trust fund to help people who are in need for cancer or chemotherapies.
Okay. Let's move on to the final part of the test. Why do you think young people these days are waiting longer to get married?
Well, I believe as the new generations are getting more education and having the chance to do something by themselves and be independent, they want to stand up for themselves and not follow on someone's footsteps. So they want to be successful before starting a family.
Does it really make a difference to the environment if one person recycles?
Sorry.
Does it really make a difference to the environment if one person recycles?
Yes, I believe it makes a huge difference, because if one person is just throwing trash here and there and not recycling what can be recycled, I believe there is a very large amount of waste in the environment, and we are not using what potentially good stuffs that we can recycle to make new things better. So I believe it is very necessary.
Okay. What was your favorite year at school?
Well, it was, I believe, 2013. It was during my sophomore year in high school. I got back from a great injury. I broke my forearm that year, and I just got back to the court. And that year we went to the semifinals of the states, and I really got good at physics. So that was something that really brought me close to my dreams of being a mechanical or biomechanical engineer.
How is school different for children today from how it was when you were a child?
Well, me just finally graduating from high school, I don't think that they're very much different, because the time span hasn't been that much, but there are some new technologies being implemented in schools, so students and children are being able to I believe the word is learn virtually and being more.
Would you agree that all children should attend school until the age of 18?
Well, I believe yes, because I believe people's maturity and people's perception always changes as they grow older, and they tend to know how to handle things more carefully and more in a mature manner as they grow older. So yes, I believe that is a good thing.
Okay, let's talk about education more generally. Do you prefer to learn from a printed book or from online resources on tablet or computer?
Well, I prefer to learn from a printed book, because I believe it gets more of gives more of me control over what I learn, and more practically I can sum up everything that I learn, and it just allows me to focus on how I learn what I learned without some computer machine doing the work for me.
Would you agree that a university education should be provided free of charge to everyone?
I believe yes, because in our country, most of the people, where almost 60% of them are illiterate, and due to, from those families who children who does go to public schools and they finally get a chance to go to college, and if they are like potentially genius people or very talented people, they can't afford college. So I believe universities and colleges should at least try to provide free education for them.
Do you think that schools and universities prepare young people well for future employment?
I believe yes, because the university life, the college life or university life builds a person to be independent and do stuff and make decisions on their own, to which I believe helps people to grow more and learn more about themselves, so that they are better prepared for the future.
Thank you very much. Your test is over.
Thank you.